Mm. I'm good.
Okay. Welcome to Disgruntled, the podcast where we process the minor inconveniences that feel like personal attacks.
Traffic, conference calls, group texts, no one's safe.
We're not here to fix anything. We're here to vent, to spiral, and to laugh instead of scream.
Basically, it's therapy, but with less crying and more yelling into the void.
And just so we don't get fired, the views expressed in the podcast are ours and ours alone. They do not reflect the opinions of our employers, past, present, or future.
Or yours, or anyone's really.
We're not really professionals. We're just professionally done with everything.
Call us today, cry for help, but make it funny at 479-222-1251.
Or you can find us at disgruntlednetwork.org and submit your unfortunate ramblings via form.
And visit the link in the bio for more details.
Anyway, so we're your host of Disgruntled. I'm Bailey Bolin.
I'm Jillian Johnson.
And let's get into the episode.
Hello.
Hey, Bailey.
It's so weird to not be doing this on a Wednesday night. Because, our normal day to record is Wednesday nights. And we are recording early this week because I'm traveling this week. So, it's very weird. Very, very weird.
I know, but I think it's more exciting because there's been less time between us recording. And so I feel like it's going to be a good one.
Okay, yeah. So, it is Sunday as we are recording this. Our week has wrapped up and we are about to begin a new week. How did your weekend, Jill?
Well, and I have to start with Friday because, I don't know what that is. I always have high expectations and hope for Fridays, and very little can get me down on a Friday. I'm hoot and hollering, it's going to be the weekend of all weekends. Thank God I've made it to Friday. It's a celebration. I have survived another week at work. A lot to celebrate. But this last Friday morning wanted to remind me and humble me of where I stand in the universe. So, as I've talked before extensively on the podcast, I'm usually on morning bathroom duty with my dog, Nico. So I usually take him out in the mornings, and it's Liam's job to take him out in the afternoons as soon as he gets home from work. So I'm on morning Nico duty, and a section of our fence is down right now. So there's this one dog in our neighborhood that Nico doesn't really, I don't say they scrap, okay? They just have a
They
mutual...
just don't like each other.
Correct. There's no harsh feelings, but there's also no good feelings. And so we're outside on our walk, and he caught me completely off guard. The dog comes up and runs up behind Nico and me, and we were both like, what? Oh, where did you come from? And in this, I accidentally dropped the leash. So I dropped the leash, no big run. I hurry, because it's going to freak Nico out more than anything. Just be like, whoa, what was that? So I bend down to pick up the leash.
Right.
And I immediately am transported into the episode of SpongeBob where he ripped his pants. I bend down to get that thing, and all I hear is,
just because I ripped my pants.
Entire crotch of my pants.
Oh, no.
The front to the back. And I was like, oh, okay. This is how today's gonna go. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can't blame them. The pants put up a good, hard, long fight.
They were a strong fighter.
They were. They had been washed 15,000 times. It was inevitable. Okay. It was coming.
Right.
Was the morning that I'm running late on a Friday in the middle of walking my dog maybe the most appropriate time for that to happen? Of course not. But quickly had to come inside and scramble because I had not done laundry at that point to find the last clean pair of work pants. And that is my disgruntled for the week, is as a plus size girly, how often I lose a very good set of pants to the inner workings of my thighs.
Yeah. The
It's
chub rub
nothing
wear
else.
down.
Yes, and I hope that our listeners here and we're like, oh yeah, we have those viewers that are like, oh yeah, I know
Yeah.
what you're talking
And like,
about.
why can we not reinforce those parts of the pants?
I don't know. I wish we
Because
could
it's going to have a
because-
friction spot. Let's be honest.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know how we're gonna improve that, but I definitely need it to be improved because it was my favorite pair too. They had like a stretchy waistband, and it was one of my favorite pairs of work pants, and I am still distraught, and now in search of another pair.
Right. She was a fighter. We'll put a in memoriam section right here.
Good, because
Jill's stretchy work pants.
yes, nothing pissed me off more than to lose a pair to the fight.
Right. Oh my god.
What about
That's
you, baby?
hilarious.
How's your weekend been?
I'm still trying to get over whatever's going on in my
You
body.
sound better though. You do
A
sound
little bit, yeah.
Mhm.
A little bit. I'm more snotty now, and like I had to blow my nose a second ago, but I'm more snotty now, and so I can't breathe and I can't smell. It's been wonderful. Yeah, it's been great. No, my weekend has been good. Let me go ahead and give some news to our listeners. I got a promotion this week.
You have been promoted. You are now one of my elite employees.
Yeah, I got a promotion this week. That was really fun. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more to come with it, but I am willing, ready, and able. So that's been good. I am traveling this coming up week, which is why we're recording weird right now. I am actually going to be with Gill in person tomorrow night. We're going to go to dinner. And I texted Gill. I said, let's go watch a movie. I really want to see Devil Wears Prada too. Right? That shit don't come out till May. I'm mad as hell. I'm so mad.
A little gaslighted by you, honestly. I was like, what is he talking? That does not come out. Am I gonna
Yeah.
broadcast a special premiere just for Bailey Pullen? I went and Googled that. I was like, no, bitch, that does not come out for a long time.
I don't have that much power, let's be honest. So yeah, I wanted to see that, and then I looked at the other movie choices, and I don't see anything that's just like really jumping out at me. I mean, Wuthering Heights kind of looked good to me because of Jacob Elordi, but I don't know. We'll decide tomorrow.
Yeah.
What else? So today I've basically been just trying to get everything together, print some stuff off for work, pack. My bathroom is basically at 95% done.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, about 95% done. And Jill, I even have like an update since you've seen it.
Oh,
which
really?
I'll show you in a minute. But it looks really, really good. They put the door on tomorrow. Of course, it's going to be actually finalized and done when I'm not here. So that's great.
Always how it goes.
Literally. But they did a great job. I have no complaints. We got one door, and Jimmy's 6'4". Okay, Jimmy's 6'4". I'm not. I'm not. I'm a little bit more vertically challenged, and I am horizontally gifted. So, we got this random door, right? And it says it goes up to 72 inches. Well, Jimmy's not 72 inches. Like, he's a lot taller than that, right? So we had to go and return it today and like get a new one. And like we had to get the tallest one that they had. So hopefully it works. I don't care. I told him, I said, listen, you're going to have to bend down. Sorry. It is what it is. I said, it's either that or go custom. And I really don't want to put the money into it to do custom.
No.
So no. So yeah, it looks really good. I am very proud of it. I literally got exactly what I wanted. And, Jimmy loves to cheap out on things that he shouldn't cheap out on. And then he loves to spend a lot of money on things that he shouldn't spend a lot of money on.
Right.
So for the shower, he's like, well, let's just get like an insert, like a fiberglass insert to put in. And I said, I'm not doing that. I said, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. I never get what I want. I'm not budging on this one. I want a tile shower.
Oh,
And
good.
so we had to pay. We had to pay for that, obviously. And it costs a lot more, but we got it done. And it looks really, really good. So that's fun.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, that's been really, really fun. So, all right. Is that it? See, this is
think
so
so.
weird. See, this is so weird because, like, I don't really have anything to complain about.
Well, I did. If Old Navy could make some pants that the ass don't rip out on, that would very much help me.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
And let me say, the reason I was late onto the recording, I'll go ahead and rant about this too, is I kind of low-key miss the days where, well, I get so used to my car keys have to be in ignition for car to start. My mom had drove like 10 minutes down the road before I realized that I had her keys in my purse, and I had to call her and be like,
Oh,
you better not turn off that car,
no.
and you better turn around and come get these keys before you get home. Otherwise, you
Right.
were not going to have a way to get into that car tomorrow. And thank God I noticed it again before. She was only 10 minutes away instead of 15, but that could have been a real
Jesus.
nightmare.
Oh my
And-
God. I couldn't imagine that one.
And for context, listeners, my mom had drove up today, and she lives about 45 minutes away from me. So it was going to be a very long trek back and then back again if she had gotten all the way
Yeah.
home. So anyway.
Yeah. Oh, love that girl. She crazy as a balloon. I
Mhm.
love her. Oh yeah, that's something I could complain about. Jimmy today, he's like, let's go take the dogs for a ride, you know? So we got the Mercedes out and we put him in the back seat, just Augie and Little, because Jug gets so sick he can't come. But we took
Oh.
them down to the park, and he's like, let's get him out and walk a little bit. Huh? I'm literally coming off of an upper respiratory infection, and let's get him out and walk. Okay. So we got outside. Wind's blowing. It's cold.
Yeah.
And he said, I didn't realize it was this cold. And I said, but it is. We need to get back in the car because I'm not doing this, you know? And we got back in the car. So,
Period.
but yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Let's hear a word from our sponsors. How about that? Let's do that.
Let's do. When society collapses, you'll wish you had advertised on Disgruntled. But until then, there's still time. Sponsor us.
Okay, back at it. Let's jump back in.
Let's do it.
I'll start.
Sounds good.
I'll just take that and just go from there. I'll start. Okay, so first we have Prince from Atlanta, Georgia. And I love that. I love that name. I love that name. I have a friend who named her baby. She just had a baby, but she named him after her two grandfather, or her father and his father. And so it's like, I think it's Robert something. And they're calling him Bear. And it's so stinking cute to me. Oh my God, it's so cute. Don't get me started. Anyway, Prince from Atlanta, Georgia. They say, hey guys, I have something simple but stupid that got me upset this week that I noticed y'all haven't mentioned on the show before. This week I was peacefully scrolling in bed and my phone falls directly into my face. As we both know, it was not a gentle tap. I felt like the damn phone knocked my front tooth loose. I hate it when this happens. It's such a small thing, but in that moment, it feels deeply personal, like the universe is saying, maybe you need to go to sleep. Prince, yes. Oh my God. How have we not talked about that?
No idea, because the amount of times that I've done that is embarrassing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then so like on mine, you know, I have the cutout for the thing.
Oh, uh-huh.
And so, like, when I hold my phone, my pinky sits on that cutout,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And so, like, it always divots my finger or whatever. And then, like, you know, I sleep in a wind tunnel. And
You do. I can verify that.
so the only thing exposed to the elements is my head, just my head, and this hand. So my fingers just like freeze like this, trying to hold this phone and scroll through TikTok, until finally I have to like pry them off and like roll over and use the other hand.
I feel that, yes. Well, and it's not helpful in bed, but my case has all of like the stands for if you're, like doing
Yeah,
doing the things like when I'm at
for your desktop.
yeah, from my it really I have my laptop mode. Um but I missed my last case more because my last case had something in the center here that you could like hook it was a circle and you hooked your
Oh,
pen
yeah.
into it.
It was like a loop
And I
or
really,
something.
really used that to like steady my hand all the time, but now it's not there. So I have
Yeah.
been unfortunately dropping my laptop a little bit more than I need to. I'm
Yeah,
not.
I bet yours hurts yours would hurt worse.
Oh, this is heavy. Like
That's a brick.
I'm gonna get a concussion one of these days from this damn thing. Smack. I'm surprised I haven't had a black eye, honestly, because
Yeah.
this has yeah, double the trouble there.
Yeah, and like I don't like okay, this is my first world problems. So like for a pop socket or anything like this,
Oh.
I hate it because it can't go into my pocket. Like it
Oh,
always
yeah.
gets caught on my pocket and I hate that. And then like I even hate having a case. Let's be honest. I hate having a case, but I don't trust myself enough to be
Yeah.
able to hold this firmly grasp it. I don't trust myself enough to be able to grasp this. And the second it cracks or breaks, Jimmy's going to say, I told you you needed to have a better case. And that's the day that that's not going to happen. So I keep them in my $5 Temu cases.
As you should. As you should.
And then he had an OtterBox for like the longest time. Like anytime he gets a new phone.
OtterBox.
Anytime he gets a new phone, it's OtterBox. Every time. And until they disintegrate in his hand. And the last one literally started falling apart in his hand.
Oh, I 100% believe that.
And so he's like, I need to get a new case. I need to get a new case. I need to get a new case. And I said, I have plenty if you want one. I said, but it's not going to be what you're wanting. Like, it doesn't protect as much as yours does. And I said, but let's be honest. How often do you drop your phone?
I really honestly don't ever see him do that.
He's like, well, I don't. And I said,
yeah,
right. And so he's had one of my cases on since then, and he loves it. He loves it because it's thin.
Oh.
It's thin again.
Yeah, it's not a brick like case. Yes.
No, I refuse to have a brick of a case. Oh my God. Yeah, no. Prince, yeah, that is literally just such a common thing that happens to literally everyone. And I cannot believe that we have not gone over that yet. That's crazy.
I think we were just waiting for my black eye.
Yeah.
Well, next up, I have, I was kind of low-key hoping Bailey went first because that means that I get the anonymous.
Well, see, I saw anonymous and I was like, I know she wants to do this. I'll go first.
Good. I'm glad we're on the same path here. So this week I have got anonymous, and anonymous says, anytime I bring up any accomplishment or idea to my mom and dad, I get reminded of another family member's even bigger accomplishment. I can't just exist. I'm competing in an invisible family Olympics. I'll casually mention I tried a new hobby, and somehow I always get circled back to another family member's promotion. It's not mean exactly. It's just constant. Like my life is being measured against a spreadsheet I've never seen. And I know they don't intend it to feel that way, but sometimes I just want to be me, not me compared to everybody else.
Oh, yeah. You see, guys, I'm really trying to decide how I want to say this because I know people listen to this in my family and I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I've always tended to be I've always tended to be the person in the family that took the back seat because I wasn't on an extreme end. So I wasn't extremely low and I wasn't extremely high, if that makes sense. So I was always in the middle. And so I finally realized that like I don't need anybody else's validation but my own. And so I have set out and accomplished a lot of goals and a lot of dreams, and I've gotten very far in life, and I have a lot of things and I have a lot to show for it, and I worked my ass off for it, but I have a lot to show for it, right? And I did ask one family member. I asked one family member why they preferred someone else over me for my entire life. And they said that it was because they knew I was going to be okay.
Oh.
And while that feels like a double-sided compliment, because yes, I have a pretty good head on my shoulders. Obviously, I'm not going to skew one way or the other. Like, if the worst thing I do is be gay, I mean, dodged a lot of bullets, right?
Right.
But it also kind of dug the knife in a little and twisted it because, like, but just because I carried it well doesn't mean that it wasn't heavy. And you
Amen.
could have been there. You could have been there for a while. You could have been there for a lot of things, but you chose not to be. And that's fine. That's fine. That's nothing against you at all. I still love him. I still love her and all that stuff. Like, that's nothing against you. It's just, it affected my relationship.
Mhm.
And it really honestly affected like how I view the world and a lot of things, because I have not relied on anyone, and I won't rely on anyone. Like, obviously, I rely on Jimmy,
I wish
but
the
I
viewers
vetted
could-
him. He's been here for
listeners,
7 years.
There was some
He's been here
faces
for
made
7
for
years.
context there.
And I rely on you. I rely on you and all of these things. But like, as far as like when there's a big decision or something that I'm really weighing or thinking about, there are a select few people that I talk to before I make my decision, right? And then I make my decision because there's select people that I appreciate their opinion because they were there for me when I didn't have one of my own. So that's me. That's me. I know how it feels to live in the back burner. I know how it feels to live on the back burner. I know how it feels to live in the shadow. I know how it feels to be the one that's not screwing up their life, someone else's life, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and not get any kind of credit for that. So, like, I know where you're at, Anonymous. I know how you feel. And I'll just say it. I'm proud of your accomplishment. Come on, you know?
Yes.
But also, you have to be able to be like, no, like, let me have my moment. Let me have my 20 seconds because I earned them. And then we'll talk about that other person. But let me have my time right now because what I feel like I've just done, you know, deserves some credit. So don't be afraid to establish those boundaries and stick to them.
I think you're going to have to learn to be vocal in those moments.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's so funny because like I have done like a 360, and I think it's because I'm more confident now.
You are.
I really do. I really, really do feel like I am in a completely different headspace as far as like my confidence goes, because I am purely confident in myself. Like,
Yeah, you are.
I don't feel less than. I don't feel like that's just not where I'm at anymore. I feel like I have put my nose to the grindstone to get somewhere where I thought I wanted to be, and I'm here, and I am living in that space, and I'm loving that space now because I earned it. I earned
Yeah,
it.
you did.
I worked my ass off. And so y'all can't say nothing to me.
You can't touch me. Yes.
Also, and like Anonymous, just keep going. Just keep going. Keep pushing forward, because like sometimes you're just going to have to one up somebody.
Amen. Yes.
Because like the thing is, nobody wants to play like I did this, I did that with me, because I can tell you right now,
You ain't winning.
that's going to be a hard game to play with me.
Mm-hmm.
But I worked my ass off to be there, and I earned that, and I earned being able to say that. Like, I earned that right.
Don't let them steal your moment.
Anonymous,
Anonymous.
don't let them steal your moment. puff that shoulders up, puff your chest out and shoulders back and walk tall in what you've accomplished, because there's no reason for you to feel less than anyone else. None.
Never.
Okay, so now that you've got me on a soapbox, let's hear a word from our sponsors.
Let's do it.
This podcast is brought to you by no one, because the world is cruel and marketing departments are cowards. But it doesn't have to be this way. We're ready. Sponsor us. Let's make capitalism fun again.
Okay, back at it. Now that we've had our little kiki for 20 minutes. Jill prepared today's episode guide, and I just read the first sentence and I said, God, she's coming at me. Anyway.
I picked some ones for you today, trust me.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did.
This is from Ashley in Arizona. Ashley says, I am sick to death of being the peacekeeper for my family. It's not an official role. No one assigned it to me, but somehow I'm always the one smoothing things over. If two people argue, I'm the translator. If someone's upset, I'm the emotional support line. If there's tension, I feel responsible for fixing it. I'm constantly monitoring the room, reading moods, choosing words carefully so nothing escalates. Sometimes I'd love to have a messy opinion, or to not be the mature one, or to let silence be so silent without feeling like it's my job to repair it. I love my family. I just wish I didn't always feel like the glue holding it together. Ashley, you're gonna get tired of doing that.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to let it fall apart.
Mm-hmm.
Because here's the thing. When you're always fixing and always putting your energy into something and always trying to make sure nothing happens, right? You take on those burdens and you exhaust yourself.
You do.
Let it burn. Let it
You
burn.
do.
Let it burn. Sit back and laugh. Because you've done your duty. You've done your due diligence. Like, your conscience is clean. If these people don't know how to get along and like each other, that's on them.
Yep.
And I say this because I have been in this role. Like, I have tried to be the one that's in the middle at all times. And I removed myself because it's exhausting and I don't have time or the energy to spend on it. So you need to make your decision. What's more worth your energy? You or people who don't want to be around each other? Like, where do you want to spend your time? I'll tell you where I'm going to spend mine. Not there. I like me.
As someone who's been the glue for many years,
And Jill literally, oh my God, Jill's literally the poster child for the freaking peacekeeper.
I am. I have long since lost my tackiness. Ain't no tacky left in this glue over here.
No. Yeah, no.
I don't.
No, she held it together for a long time, but it's done now.
This Gorilla Glue lost all its Gorilla, and
yeah, it's expired.
Way expired. I did it for my parents for 20 years, and it's not a coincidence that their marriage ended very soon after me leaving for college. So
Yep.
I did it for many years. Been the glue. And that's why I've kind of vowed to myself to retire my glue ship and move on, because like Bailey said, you get to a point where you lose yourself, and I've been there, and it's been a process finding myself. Like Bailey said, he is the most confident he's ever been, and I 100% agree to that, where he has found, and I've seen him blossom and bloom in ways that just make me so happy and so proud for him. I know.
Write that down.
I am. I'll put it in your birthday card. So, but in a way, I feel like kind of where I've done the opposite and just a thing, because I've switched career paths, and now I'm at a part in my life where I'm not as confident and not as secure in myself. And I think I've finally taken the time to start to rebuild myself and to start my bloom phase. So please, Ashley, as someone who's been the glue, don't be the glue. Let it burn. Let it burn. I love that. Alex Warren, just burn it down. Okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna burn anyway. I've seen it firsthand. So I might as well just let its course naturally taken out and live your life for you and for you alone, and you're gonna be very rewarded in the end. And there's
Mhm.
nothing more freeing. The world is gonna go like this.
Right.
It is. It's
Well,
gonna go.
and like there's two things I want to talk about on that with what you just said. One, I don't agree with you not being confident
Oh,
because I think you are very, very confident. I think that you are in a time right in your life right now where there's a lot of uncertainty because for the longest time you knew your path. You knew what you wanted to do. You were there and you were doing it, right? And then right now you're on a break and it feels so foreign to you because for the last 10 years your
yeah.
mind has been set like you are a teacher, you got to go to school, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing this, and you are in a point in your life right now where you don't have everything planned.
When it's Loki driving me.
Yeah, yeah,
And I
yeah.
never thought I'd be
But
that person.
here's the thing, with that. Like, life is full of ups and downs. Life is full of hills and valleys. I might be on a hill right now, but I'm telling you right now, there's a valley coming up. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. But if you take the average, I mean, speak your language. If you take the average of those hills and valleys, you're going to end up somewhere in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
What's it matter? What's it matter? In 5 years from now, you're going to look back on this time of your life and be like, why was I worried about that?
Yes.
Right? Also, in regards to Ashley needing to let this burn and things, it's not going to be comfortable. It's not going to be comfortable. You're going to have to sit in the silence. You're going to have to not be the one that speaks up. You're going to have to be the one that people feel like you've turned your back on them. And that is not true. You've looked more towards yourself rather than at someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay. That's okay. Because when all of this chaos is going on around you and you're trying to resolve and keep everything from boiling over, you lose yourself and forget about yourself along the way. So, Ashley, you need to come back to yourself. You need to come back to yourself. You need to take time to be by yourself. And even if that means removing yourself from that situation for a little while, there's nothing wrong with that. Even if it is your family. Like, there is nothing wrong with that. And I think
Nothing.
that's something that is so indoctrined into people of blood is thicker than water and like loyalty and like family and all those things. No, 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 no. I will align myself with people who support me and I will give what I get. And if you support me wholeheartedly in all of these things, you won't find a better person to be on your side. But if you're actively against me, I don't owe you the time of day. I owe you nothing. I owe you nothing. You owe me nothing. Like, I don't know. I think that's just so weird. And maybe it's because my family's not like we're not super like lovable. No. We're not
Overly
super like
affectionate.
lovey-dovey, overly affectionate, and
No.
like that's just not who we are. That's not who we are. I can go weeks, months without calling my mom, and that's fine. That's
Mhm.
fine. And she knows that if she needs me, she can text me or call me, and if I need her, I'll text her or call her. And like if something good is happening and she wants to tell me about it, call me. If something good is happening, I'll probably call her. You know what I mean? I don't have to
Yeah.
be in constant connection with someone for them to know that I ride or die with them.
Right. Nobody has time for high maintenance in these
Right,
days.
right. I
In
don't
this
have to do
economy.
that. I don't have to do that. And like,
Mm.
if you see me posting funny memes on Facebook, I'm doing good, sis. Like, you don't have to call me. You don't have to call me. You don't have to check in on me. I'm all right. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So like, just because your family doesn't mean that I owe you
Not
an
a damn
entire
thing.
play-by-play of my life. I don't. And I'm sorry if you feel that way because I don't. So, yeah. Ashley, you gotta put your foot down somewhere, sister girl. You gotta put your foot down. Gotta put your foot down. Have to.
Damn. That was a good one, though. I knew you'd like that one.
Okay, wrap us up. Who's next?
Got Delilah from Kansas City. And
Oh, hey there, Delilah.
I know. And if you're from the Central Arkansas area, you can relate to that name very strongly.
Oh my God, are you talking about Delilah on 17.9?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am.
Girl,
she is that
girl.
voice. I know it's not the same Delilah, but I just can't even think about
I
that
know,
name
but there's
without...
some days that, like, you know how you can hear something and it immediately takes you back to a certain point in time.
her voice.
Like, she is my childhood. She
Yeah.
is so many people in this world's childhood, and
Yes.
like, oh my God. Anyway, sorry. Hi, Delilah.
Hey, Delilah. Delilah says that my everyday annoyance this week is how my sibling never texts first. It sounds small, and it's probably petty, but I'm always the one that's reaching out. I'm the one that's asking how their week was, sending the random meme, checking in after something big happens, and they respond. They're not cold. They'll text back, sometimes even thoughtfully. But if I stopped initiating, I genuinely don't know how long we'd go without talking. It makes me question things I probably shouldn't, like, am I more attached? Am I trying harder? I know they care. And I know all love doesn't always look like constant communication, but there's something always about being the first one to press send that feels quietly vulnerable. Sometimes I wish, just once, my phone would light up because they thought of me first.
So my family doesn't really have to be in constant communication all the time.
Oh my God. Moment for us.
Yikes. Yikes. Yeah. You see, guys, I don't know. Like, maybe I'm just weird, you know? But like, I don't have to be in constant communication with someone. And like, maybe it's just because like I love my personal space. Like, I love my personal space. And when I feel like when someone comes into that bubble, it makes me anxious, right? And like, you don't make me anxious. Elisa doesn't make me anxious. Like,
she should,
you know, but like,
sorry.
I didn't say worried. She makes me worried, but she doesn't make me anxious.
Okay.
Miss Mississippi. Anyway, but like, I guess that's what it is. I love my personal space. And oftentimes my personal space is me, Jimmy, and my dogs. That's my family. You know, that's my everyday comfort. Right. Now, as far as like being the first one to text and being the first one to call.
See, this is a hard one. This is very hard
It's
because
hard.
a lot of people have a very, you know, like they like this is genuinely how people feel, like Delilah,
Yeah.
like that they have those people in their lives where they feel like if they're not the first one, that they're not, like you said, like you don't have a relationship. And
like,
whether that be friend or family. But
I've had, obviously, I've worked, oh my God, so many
Yeah, you
freaking
have.
places. Oh my God, I've worked so many places. I say that, and they've literally all been really good positions. But anyway, I have obviously made friends over the years, and I have tons of friends. Subtle brag. No. I have a lot of friends, but I also understand the importance of seasonality, because there are people who are going to be here for a season of your life, and there are people that are not going to be as prominent of a player in that season of your life. Now, a sibling, that's harder. That's harder. You're always going to have some sort of connection to them because of the trauma that you went through your childhood. That's hard.
Right.
But let's talk about the friends side, because I have a lot of friends, obviously. I have a lot of friends that I am not in constant communication with. I have a lot of friends that I haven't texted in over a year. I have a lot of friends that I was the one that did not text back. I have a lot of friends that I was the one that kept reaching out. I have a lot of friends that they don't respond anymore. That is part of life. That's part of life. And there's times in your life when you're going to sit down and realize that this person that you thought was going to be a key character in your story was only in it for a chapter.
Not the
And
whole
that's
book.
hard.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard. That is hard to go through. That is grieving a relationship, especially when you're like very, very close with this person or with these people, even. And with that being said, I know that there are a select few, and maybe even more, but there are certain people that I could contact right now, text them and say, hey, let's have dinner Friday night at 6:00. They'd show up. They'd
Yeah.
show up. We'd sit down. We would have the best time of our lives. We would hug and we would bring up the old times and all of those things. And then at the end of that dinner, we would go our separate ways again because it's not the same. Because I'm at a different place in my life and they're at a different place in their life. Doesn't mean that we don't love each other. Doesn't mean that we don't care about each other. Doesn't mean that we don't want the best for each other. But what people fail to realize, like, especially work friendships, when that one meaning, like that one huge connection that you have, work, when that is no longer there, you're going to have to do one or two things. One, you're going to have to strengthen your relationship and find things that you both want to be around each other for. Or two, sever it. Be thankful for those good times, reminisce on them, love them, enjoy them, and move into your next chapter. That's your option.
Yeah, that's really it.
Like, that's your option.
Mm-hmm.
Now, siblings are hard. Siblings
Yeah.
are hard.
Have we brought up that I'm an only child yet? Because I
Yes,
cannot.
we have.
I cannot relate to this. That's why I was hoping you would have some. I mean, I feel like I do in the way of a of a parent, but I don't
Right? Oh,
have
God.
a sibling to relate with on this end.
So I have a sibling. I have one sibling. I have a sister and she's older than me, 2 years. Love her to death. I mean, she's one of the most funniest people I've ever met. She is extremely smart. Honestly, like the type of smart that makes it feel hard for me. She's capable of doing anything she puts her mind to. She's gone through some rough times in her life. There was a point in time when her and I were inseparable and we were codependent. And that's hard. That's a real rocky spot to be in because codependency is all fun and games until one person is no longer codependent. And then it usually makes one of them spiral out of control. And that's exactly what happened. That's what happened. I did not spiral. My sister did. And thankfully she's back and like she's in a really good spot in her life right now. But there's sometimes when I do feel like it's my fault because I think of like, well, if I was there, she wouldn't have done this. But I also know in the back of my head that she is an adult and she's going to make her own decision.
Correct.
So I know that. But do I wish it was different for her? Yeah, because I know what she's capable of and I know how she can. I mean, I know that, but our relationship is different. Our relationship is different because, we don't talk much. We don't talk much. And usually when, we do talk, it is more of a transactionary conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like feeling like I'm being used. And we've had this conversation and we're working on that. But it's hard. So siblings is hard. Family is hard.
Relationships
I feel like
with people are
relationships.
hard. So hard.
See, and like that's the thing. I love the beauty behind a relationship. I love the beauty behind a relationship because it is so multifaceted.
Uniquely human. Mm-hmm.
It is so uniquely human and so uniquely like made. I just threw that in the floor. So I do. I love a human relationship and I love like the intricacies of them because they are so, every single one of us different. Every single one is different. There is no relationship that is the exact same. None. Delilah, what should the advice be to you? Because I feel like I'm speaking to myself. Jill, you're not allowed to do these anymore. Yikes.
Oh, my bad. I made
No,
emotional
no.
episode. That was on me.
Delilah, hang in there. And there's nothing wrong. Okay, that's a perfect piece of advice that I should probably use for myself. There is nothing wrong with sending and texting me like, hey, this is how I'm feeling. I feel like I am always the one to reach out to you. And take it from there. Or reach out to them, tell them that, and they'd be like, I want to have a relationship with you, but I don't want it to feel forced. And I feel like as long as I am the one putting forth the effort to have a conversation, I feel like I'm forcing you to have a relationship with me, and that does not make me feel good. So how can we correct that? And there is nothing wrong with having that conversation. It's a hard conversation. Like, that is a hard conversation to have with someone, but it doesn't mean that it's a wrong conversation to have at all.
It's not.
Oh, hang in there, Delilah. You can make it, sister girl.
Yeah, you can.
I'll text you first.
Yeah. Well, Disgruntled will post you first.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to wrap up or do you want me to?
I don't care. I can wrap up.
You do it. Yeah.
Bailey and his wonderful post-production is going to link the link tree up at the top of the screen. So please click that and interact with us. Thank you so much to Delilah, Ashley, our anonymous, and Prince for writing in and giving us such beautiful, and as Bailey has pointed out, very heartfelt,
Oh my God, guys.
things this week. And it has made a very deep conversation. And I hope everyone listening has kind of related in some way. And hopefully you got some advice and some laughs along the way through the trauma. Our link is going to be on the screen. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe us. Let people know how disgruntled you are. That way we can yell about it in the void together. Be sure to call or text us with your rants at 479-222-1251. Upload them via the website or our forums. Go check out our merch, Disgruntled merch. And we have plenty of things still for sale. We would love for you to buy so we can feature you on the cast or on the website in your beautiful Disgruntled merch. Keep following us, keep interacting, see us on social media, and thank you for listening for us for a long time this week.
Yes, absolutely. With that being said, I did just I added something to our merch shop, by the way.
Ooh, new release.
We now have a vanity plate, like a license plate.
Oh my God.
Says Disgruntled on it. And it also, like, it's in a blue and or not a blue, but an orange and pink, like, tie-dye. It's really cute. I'm actually gonna post a picture of it right here. So go check it out. We want to see you rock your disgruntledness and all of those things. So thank you, Jill.
Oh, of course. Thank you, Bailey.
Stay on. I'm going to show you.
Good.
This has been a Disgruntled Network multimedia production.
Created by people with a lot of opinions and just enough time to share them.
Executive produced by Jillian Johnson and Bailey Bolin.
If you liked what you heard, don't forget to scream into the void or, leave us a review.